Hello folks, this is AP the Weird One, and let's start off with 12 anime opinions that are absolutely terrible by me. First one. My first anime opinion is Evangelion has more problems than it knows what to deal with. I think the series is trash, especially the first iteration. I've heard this is like some amazing show. I watched 13 episodes and I'm like, make it stop. There's not a likable character in it that I want to root for. Shinji's whiny, Asuka's a bitch, and their boss is a freaking drunk, and then you have whoever, the blue-haired girl, just silent as could be. And the mechs look like something that belong in Super Sentai, but worse. Absolutely garbage. Moving on. Konosuba, my second opinion, is irritating as hell. There is not of the four main casts, they're not likable. I don't care to root for them. I think I've discovered I'm not a big slice of life fantasy, and this doesn't hit the thing. I just cannot like it. I don't mind. There's certain annoying characters I like. None of these fall in that category. And the jokes aren't funny. It's just terrible all around. And if you want to bang Aqua, you need to go to a lot of steps. Chains, mouth guard, earphones, and you're doing it from the back. If you're going to bang a woman, that's too much, unless you're going for the kink. Anyway, next opinion. The original Digimon Adventure is one of the most original isekais to this date, and one of the best. You have a large cast of characters, each with their own distinct personalities. It's in a world that's not fantasy based; it's more sci-fi, and it helped create a series series that would last a long time. It would build its own franchise. It helped create a franchise that's still prevalent to this day. You don't have any other isekai like this, and it won't be for a while. Moving on. Next opinion. I believe if King Oger was an anime, it would gain a lot of attention. It, as it is basically an anime. Just the plot and everything. It's heavily political, giant robots, and there's a lot of good character development. And it's a perfect, if you're new to Super Sentai, this is the series you should jump on. Now, would I want it to be anime? No. I think the aesthetics work perfectly fine live action, and I'm perfectly glad what it is. But if it did have anime, it'd be a lot more attention. And it would certainly overthrow a certain someone. AKA Sunrise. Sunrise for many years was the epitome of mecha anime. These are the guys who made Code Geass, Gundam. They're the ones. But I feel like, in my personal opinion, their last attempts have been trash. Amim, Warrior of the Borderline, is average. Gundam Mercury, the only thing people liked was the gay romance. And Gundam Hathaway was honestly pretty bad. Just not a good movie. So I don't think they're the kings of mecha anymore, and I think one day they can be overthrown. So we'll just hope for it in the future they get pegged down a notch. Now, Gundam's not going away. That's owned by Bandai, but Sunrise is no longer the king of mecha. And I think it's gonna still continue to fall. Next, why do people like this woman? Revi is terrible, especially when there's a better waifu out there. This woman stinks. She smokes, she drinks, she's fucking crazy. Oh my god. And she's a terrible diet. I don't get the love. And more so, especially when there's this woman. My girl, Valmet. of the Hetiamar group. She's beautiful, bigger, got those big muscles, way better fighter. She's got better equipment, eats better. She doesn't drink. She rarely drinks and doesn't smoke. She is the perfect waifu, and her crew are also top notch. What are you doing? What are you doing with a woman like Revi when you can have the superior waifu of Valmet? Moving on. I believe that America should have their own version of anime, of the collection. Basically, take for instance, you have an ecchi anime, and it's got some censored nudity. Well, because in Japan the lower region cannot be shown, why not have the American version feature fully uncensored? We've got uncensored P in America. Why not do it for the anime? I think something like this, if Booty Royale Never Go Down Without a Fight were to be anime, it'd be the perfect starter for a Western-only version. Because this is borderline H, and I think it can be taken all the way. Japan can have their censored version, and here in the West, we can have the full course meal. Moving on. Sometimes the anime doesn't have to be long in order to be great, and if it's short, that's okay. If it's your favorite and it's a short one, there's plenty of people who like Pluto. For me, Blood Blockade Battlefront Season 1 is sort of, a great example of an anime that didn't need a sequel, but I'm glad it did, and hopefully more. That it's just perfect in its first season. So, if you like a short anime, it's your favorite, that's okay, because short anime are great. Moving on. Outlaw Star is better than Cowboy Bebop. There's better waifus. It's a lot more fun. I think Gene Starwin is a more likable character in some respects. And it's got a good happy ending. Who doesn't love a good happy ending? And I think it is a proper combination of sci-fi and magic. It's got everything you want, including a little bit of ecchi. Moving on. Full Metal Panic is underrated. The light novels are really good, and it's a shame that the anime hasn't continued a full season. But if you're in the market for a good sci-fi with modern day, pick up Full Metal Panic. The 12 volumes will not disappoint. I liked it so much I wanted my dad to read it, and he's in his 70s, and he reads the Reacher books, like all these detective series, and he's even read the Vince Flynn novels, Mitch Rapp series. I thought he would like it, but wasn't to his taste. Moving on. Our penultimate. Demon Slayer is boring, folks. Boring. The first season was good, okay. Then after that, it dropped off. I think the creator didn't realize, and maybe even the animators themselves didn't realize, all the flash isn't what's important. It's the comedy aspect. Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and the boarhead friend, Nosuke, they're the comedy trope. When they're talking and just chatting amongst themselves is the best part. Outside of that, yes, there's cool action scenes, but they're not as entertaining as the camaraderie and jokes of those three. People find Zenitsu irritating. I don't. And it's because of their good camaraderie and their jokes that makes it good. More comedy, less action. And finally, for the ultimate opinion, Great Man Universe was my movie of the year. I've seen Godzilla -1. I've seen The Boy and the Heron. And yes, I think this is the movie of the year, at least in my opinion. It was the Gridman movie I didn't know I needed to see. It had everything I wanted and so much more. The meta was perfect. and it had a good open ending that I hopefully the creators will continue to work on and expand the Gridman universe, because it's worth it. It's worth continuing. And please, Toho, give us a physical release or show in the movie theaters, because I want to see this in IMAX, or I want to play it on my TV. I need the full experience. And with that, folks, 12 animated opinions of mine that I think that are terrible. Anyway, have a good day. Ugh.